Yeah, and we are live. Yeah, hello, everyone. This is the D&D group that I'm playing with each and every week. Currently on break, so a lot of fun with people here. And you know, if I'm sure that that I don't need to introduce everyone else in this group because it's we've been playing for the past like few months. So if you want to see what each and every one else that is, just feel free to look at the previous videos on my YouTube channel. And let's just dive right in, and I will allow my players to catch us up on what we have been doing.
Oh yeah.
Last
Yeah.
time was a lot of bookkeeping.
Yes, yeah. Very much a downtime episode. I think started off Archan and Wenley coming back from the temple complex. We ran into Iona. Um, and then pretty much spent I think most of the episode discussing what to do about the tavern, preparing the uh, Ellie preparing the money pouches for everyone. That sends the money to the magic safe. See, and we received by mail invitations to various city guilds. Since we started up, had the soft start, if you will, of the
Ooh,
yep,
wow.
like the
We don't
business,
have.
Better Business Bureau, the Magic College, and we talked about sending Ellie to the Magic College, but we're going to do some surveillance. Uh,
Uh, all
yeah,
right.
with I think yeah, I
Yeah,
think
Iona.
Iona.
So sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah, Iona was going to take that job, that research job, to earn a little bit of coin for herself, and I don't know if she's going to put any of it into the tavern coffers, but also try and discern if it was the best fit. That college was the best fit for Eponia to go to learn about her own developing magic abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think other than after that, it became a girls' day out.
Yeah. Did we actually get to play that, or did we end before that was?
We ended before that because I was tired.
Yeah, you had to.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
we
had to run off.
we
Yeah.
kind of stopped in the middle.
Hmm.
But we can,
Yeah.
however, play that next week when our lovely elf player is back. If that's fine with the two other players who are playing females, we can have sort of like a prelude episode here. Sound good with you guys?
That kind of puts Eleonora in suspension because really all I have for her to do right now.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, how about this? We hmm. We will put the girls' day out for next week and have you guys do some more shopping and what else you need to do today, like assignments that you guys want to do, um, or if you guys want to start looking for the jobs that's available. Anything in between for you guys. Oh,
I mean, that
actually,
works for me.
before we do anything, I just forgot. Let's explain what Harky has been up to.
Well, fair, Harky has been just been faffing around while everybody's going shopping around in the tavern.
All right. So,
Uh,
go on.
out of curiosity, who's been
Huh? Can you repeat that?
who's been watching?
Mm.
Well, we left the dancing knight and our ghost friend Leaf at the time.
Yes.
Question is, did we tell either one of them to make sure that Harky doesn't like set anything on?
Uh,
Yeah. One I know as soon Iona commented on the wards that she could cast to help protect the tavern, including how they might be a bit explosive, and that's when Archan kind of whipped his head around and was like, "Oh God, please tell me Harky did not hear that." Because
Yeah.
he'll try to set him off just because.
Well, while you guys were having that discussion,
Yeah.
Harky
So
wasn't.
I don't think, yeah, and I think that's where we didn't see Harky anywhere around at that
Yeah.
point.
So, Harky, I'm going to do some game edity things and say that you were wandering around the city at this point, and you happen to
Oh,
pass a less than reasonable gambling street. How many gold pieces do you have on your body at the current moment? Or how much gold in general do you have?
Are you asking?
right now,
No.
yeah, right now, after before the cash infusion, he had dude,
DM, you there?
Uh, I don't know why I did not hear anything for the past few
um,
seconds. So let me try some
Weird.
oh,
because
Yeah, the
Discord.
Discord server ping kind of drops down a lot.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
because Discord on here on my normal. I'm using on my. Oop, holy shit! This is not what I wanted to happen today.
Works now.
Okay, so we will be right back with trying to figure out this little issue. Because I don't want.
Da, 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 da.
Right.
Boop, boop, doop, boop. Let's see. Yeah, bum. Down. Discord. .com. Let's see if I can download a new instance of this, and then we can. So, This is not how I expected today's session to come up. This is why I hate doing this way. Let's see.
Excuse
Let's see.
me.
Oh, while we are at this, let's continue on with what.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's an answer to your question.
What was that, John?
As to answer the question, before the 1200 gold, Harky had
200?
239 gold and 5 silver.
Alright,
239 gold and 5 silver.
alright. So, no, knowing how Harky is, he, you know, would you like to, Harky went, into the bed, into the bedding with a roughly 200 and left off with 1,200 gold pieces on top of what he originally had.
Ooh.
And that's in gold pieces. And Discord here decided to skerplet with. Whoa. So,
I guess he said 100 to 1 odds I won't blow this up. Boom.
and okay, I guess we have to do this for today. While we are trying to, because Discord everywhere else is, hey everyone, um, everything else is not uh, working as intended. So the installer for Discord is not willing to work. So we have to use the website. So apologies if there's R dips and me asking over and over again. Because this is not how I wanted to do today's session.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what everyone else is, how what Harky was doing during the time everyone else was in the tavern. Now, as we continue on, doing the much needed shopping and all that, what are everyone uh, doing at like during the shopping? Like, are you? I remember correctly, you guys are looking for a certain thing, like certain items that you want to purchase.
Well, Leonora's was specifically looking for an enchanter. Because, well, there is something specific that someone.
Boop, boop. So, as I believe I said in the last session, um, what you are currently looking for is in sort of the middle area of this shopping area. I don't know how well I just said that sentence, but we're rolling with it.
Yes. When all the gambling's done, Harky's just going to head back to the tavern. And out of curiosity, how what windows will be open, if any?
Actually, let's roll. Slash R1d6 minus 1. Currently, all the up 4 out of the many that are on the house, only 4 of them are open, and all of
Alrighty.
them are on the sort of top level of the building.
So what Harky is going to do is, well, he's going to outright fly from the top window down to the main hall and just sit in the rafters.
All right. Can you post that in the chat room, the chat thing on the side, so I would know exactly what? Okay, yeah, all right. So, as you fly on up, a few people notice that there is a small dragon-looking creature flying on up and currently sitting on the outside of the house building. And as you sort of look around, you do see that there would be some. Wait, are you currently inside the building?
He flew in.
Flew in? Okay, yeah. You're currently inside the building. And as you sort of roam around looking inside, you do see that there is a little bag and a note written by Eleonora. And as you sort of, you know, look around, you see that the only other people inside the house other than you are the ghost, the that dancing knight, and the 2 children, and a little bit of patrons going in and out because of the soft open. And on the note, it sort of explains where everyone else is currently at, shopping wise, and it explains sort of the bag about you can use it for to put money into the place, into the money lock, and can take it out if you need to for expenditures or whatnot.
Well, I know it would be a dick move of Harky, even though it's not on a spell list. Glyph of Warding and Hypnotic Pattern.
Oh.
Good thing it's not on a spell list.
Well, there is a magical shop that sells spells right next to you. And there is a huge festival with a lot of stands.
He's not that crazy.
Falling just a few inches short of the line, though, right?
is that the point where it's a serious thought, but not like something he's going to act on?
And with that, you are off to do whatever you want. Let's see, what else here would you lot want to do? You know what? You guys do whatever you need to do. I will be sitting here just listening in. Remember, this is a free whole city that you can go around in. All right.
Well, I know Archan probably once everybody else left, he would have left a note as well, just letting Harky know that he was going to probably just head back over to the forge and
All
see if
right.
there's any, while everyone else was out, see if there's any other work that he could do for them.
All right. And as you know what? Someone roll me a D100 right now.
Who, me?
Anyone. Anyone.
Okay. 2.
Okay, two. So, as you guys sort of go around to do your necessary shopping purchases, um, going to a job, what's it, whatever. Um, let's see. Archie, you
Yeah.
um, while you are doing what you need to do, whatever you are at the current moment.
Yeah, just lending a hand at the forge, I think. While just probably occasionally poking his head out to see if, or listen and see if he hears anyone coming back. I think what he would do, though, now that I think about it, he would ask the owners. He would ask the two Genasi. I have their names written down somewhere, but he would ask them if he could use a piece of steel, to make a new weapon for himself.
Uh,
Something that's been kind of coming into his mind.
let's see here. Boom.
And he's willing to pay them for the raw steel if he can just use the forge to make it.
Let's see. It is. It's Imbrook and Avi.
Yeah. Yeah, I said I haven't just I need to put little post-its to tab, where certain information is in my notes. But yeah, I would ask the two of them. For that opportunity. And like I said, willing to cover the cost of the raw steel if he can just use the forge, a little bit each day, you know, either before or after he does the work for them to make himself a new weapon.
The Avi, like this, says, don't worry about having you around here assisting. Feel free to use any metals whatsoever. Just consider it training to improve your craftsmanship.
Mhm.
So go on ahead and use any materials whatsoever. Just make sure to document what you used.
Of course, yes, and thank you. Thank you very much for that opportunity.
Do not mention
'Cause
it
it's been
whatsoever. This is
okay.
of feel free to use it at our forge anytime.
Okay. Then he would definitely, with that, he would probably go over. He would go to wherever they keep the raw materials, uh, and try to find a decent peel of steel, a decent piece of steel. Excuse me, that he could forge. That's long enough to forge into a scimitar.
All right, let's see. Roll me. Let's see. Uh, Investigation. As you sort of scan
Okay.
the steel area
Okay.
of.
Uh,
18.
and 18.
So as you look around, you do find. You said it's a normal scimitar, not a double-sided, right?
Or, well, he would be looking for, yeah, he's just looking to make a single bladed scimitar.
Okay. So as you look around, you do notice that there are um, in the steel sort of area. You do find that in the uh, s- um, steel, uh, uh, steel. There are a few uh, different versions of steel that you can use.
Okay.
There are alloy steel, carbon steel, stainless steel, and tool steel. That and
Oh, he
each
would
one.
definitely go for he would go for the high carbon steel.
Okay.
If there's a piece of that that's long enough, he would want to go with that, to try and to forge a weapon that would be serviceable in combat.
All right. And for the carbon steel, there's three sort of versions: the low, medium, and high carbon steel. Which one would you like to
Definitely
use?
gonna go for the high carbon.
Okay. Um, as you sort of um, hammer away, please roll me strength.
Okay, just straight strength.
Because I don't. Do you have
Yeah.
proficiency with smithing tools?
Yes, he does.
Okay, then use the
Use do smithing tools instead.
yeah use the smithing tools with your strength modifier then,
Okay.
or any skill that you have on hand,
Yeah.
because you have proficiency
I
with.
think yeah, I think, well, especially since he's not looking to make it all in one go. I mean, it takes time. Out of character, my older brother is a blacksmith himself, so I know full well that it takes some time.
Yeah.
Okay, and there we go. input value.
It should be like this.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, smithing tools. So got a 22 with a strength modifier of 3.
Okay. So as you sort of hammer away with the tools, you're able to melt down the seemingly hard steel carbon to the rough outlines of the parts needed, and that somewhat takes about an hour, uh, and
Okay.
45
Yeah.
minutes to try to get like the necessary pieces to let it cool um, down to a
Mm-hmm.
certain temperature, um, or at least a rough outline before you can actually like take out the like rough edges.
Yeah. Yeah, and he would definitely, yeah, like I said, he would just be looking to kind of get the rough. Probably today, he thinks he would have thought that he has time just to get the rough outline
Yeah, and
before doing the finer work.
yeah,
Excuse me.
you definitely do get it to a rough outline of what you're going to be doing. Um, there's still a lot more to go, of course, with like
Mm-hmm.
putting the pieces together, getting the um,
Yeah.
decorations for the handle and all that. But
Yeah. Yeah.
all things considered, you do get a good ways in. And as you're doing that, there are um, people coming on in and out. Um, some people um, seem like obviously foreigners who do not seem to be from around here, such as
Mm-hmm.
let's see, um, some Warforged, uh, lizard folk. Um, definitely one of the people coming in were a turtle, Tortle,
Oh. Yeah.
which is extremely, well, not as rare in this city, but definitely
Mm-hmm.
rare in general. And some half beings, such as half, um, yeah, I don't want to list off the halves here, but definitely some
Yeah.
half, like weird, peculiar mixtures of races come in. And as you sort of go through making all the items, you do notice that there is a hooded centaur with a small little package on their back that came in and ordered a very, very strange uh, item. That being um, Centurion shield, which is one of the more rare forms of shields that are um, out in the world to purchase.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. If the centaur, what did you say the centaur had on their back?
What you from what you saw, small. It's best described it what it looks like. It's like a little bundle, sort of like forming across. It's not really on the back. It's more like a sling, sort of going around their front, and it looks like a small, like a noticeable bulge in the um, side, sling. It's like it,
Okay.
but from what you can tell at the current moment, unless you want to go into deeper, like with a roll, you do not know exactly what it is.
Okay. Well, no, I don't think. Uh, Probably not as concerned at this point. Client, different people coming and going. He's and focusing on the forge. He's not being as observant. Just kind of noticing and writing down any orders that people make. For anything that they don't happen to have in stock, or that they can't, that he couldn't direct them to. Whoever may uh, sell the wares that 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 they make at the forge. Okay, so he would probably first look around. With that order of that shield, Archan would lay down his hammers and tongs, and would look to see if they happen to have anything like that in stock.
Uh, I assume that you are currently at the counter right
Yeah,
now.
assuming he's at the assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's at the counter, and then would check to probably check the logs, check the books, or even go out back, wherever they maybe they happen to make the certain items that they might make and keep in stock to be able to sell to other vendors or sell directly to clients, like swords and shields.
All right.
Um,
And as you do check the logs, um, you do notice that there's is currently only one Centurion shield in stock right now, and it looks like it was um, put in but ordered by a person, but using the initials A.S.
okay.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, A.S. And
Okay.
with it confirm like
Now is this? Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Before I finish, do you see that the custom order did come with um, a slip note, um, a magical sort of receipt, where it sort of if you bring the same copy of the receipt, um, the other half, um, then if they will
Okay.
react, showing that yeah, this is the person.
Okay. So it's noted that a dot as was a centaur who ordered this, and they've already paid for it.
Yeah, it was already paid for, um, and But you do notice as you sort of like look through the order, there is some oddities with how it was paid. Does not go into details on what type of currency it was that was used.
Okay.
But you do notice that it was enough to pay for this shield.
Okay. Well, I think he would note that. I think he would, make a mental note of that to just, point it out just in case to Avi, and make sure that she was aware of it.
He. Both of them are
Um,
he's.
oh,
Yep.
I thought you said it was. I thought you said it was a husband and wife. My apologies.
No,
I'll have
it's
to
both
correct my notes then.
husbands. Yeah. They rather.
Okay. Okay.
I thought it was interesting
Okay.
when I first
Gotcha.
read
Yeah,
it.
I'll make I'll be sure to, correct my notes then.
Yeah,
That's my
originally
bad. Okay. Yeah. No.
that was sort of the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, he would let both husbands know then. Probably go to Avi first since he last saw him. Um,
Oh, are we talking about
but
the
with
people that runs the forge?
Yep.
yeah, the two
Or
Janazi.
what's the other
Yeah.
one's name?
Um,
Avi and
let's see. It was Avi and shit. Avi and Embrick. EMB.
Em.
Yeah.
I always forget
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
other one's name. Okay, sorry to interrupt. Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I'm quickly looking to see where I had that in my notes. But yeah, while I'm looking, so confirm, he would probably, Archan would probably just confirm that it's the same centaur, ask them, for their initials or name, however they identify,
Uh,
confirm with them that they are AS.
oh, I was saying before
And
there was like a magical receipt sort of thing that
yeah,
like you can rip in half and both if you bring both pieces of paper together it will glow
yeah.
like if it is
Oh,
the
okay.
same receipt
Okay.
then it will
Yep.
glow
I got you.
glow green
Hmm.
and if it's not it
Okay.
will glow red and
Okay.
you do see that this
Okay, gotcha. Well, then, that being the case, Archan would take it, ask, do you have the other half of the receipt? I'm showing that I have one that's already been paid for. And Archan would produce the half that the store's half.
and as you sort of like bring out the thing the centaur also brings out theirs and sort of like brings it out for to give it to you.
Okay. Archan would take it and bring the two pieces together then to determine if it's the same receipt.
And as you do, it does glow a faint green
Okay.
as it sort of does confirm that it is the same person.
Okay. Well, in that case, not. I'm assuming then he would hold on to both halves, and then go procure the shield.
All right. As you sort of
Especially, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
go on.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say he would assume, well, got both receipts, whatever the discrepancy is in terms of how it was paid for, it's paid for, and he has the receipts. So yeah, he would go get it.
All right. As you um like enough the sort of the pre-ordered items
Yeah.
that are like are finished are literally right below sort of the counter area in a
Oh, okay.
lock safe and it is acts as sort of To unlock the safe, it acts sort of like the same item, the same safe that you um, guys have at your the tavern, where you like use
Mm.
the tickets to activate the um, to unlock it, and then it thus produces the item that was created or pre-ordered.
Okay, so basically, you're thinking in this case, probably take the two halves of the glowing receipt and use that to activate it to produce the shield.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he would do that. He would get the shield for the customer.
Yep. And as you do, the centaur sort of takes it, gives you a nod, and
Yep,
heads on out.
not. Yep, not in return, and then look around, see if there are any more customers, and if not, he would go find Avi or Embrick wherever they're at, if they're still at the shop, of course.
And yeah, there's just like a few more people, like random people that do not really pose any interest. They all came in to at least look around. Like two or
Yeah.
three bought like a dagger or a piece of armor. Um,
Yeah.
and both Emmerich is still currently inside um,
Okay.
the building, taking care of some things as Avi have has went out to procure some more metals and items.
Okay. Yeah. Well, in that case, Archan would go to Embrick, and just to let him know, he'd be like, "Oh, Embrick, I just wanted to let you know there was a centaur came in to pick up an item that they'd pre-ordered and paid for. I handled it. Everything should be fine.
Ah,
They had the receipt. They had the other half of the receipt to access the safe."
huh. I was wondering when that person comes back. Paid with
Yeah.
very, very, very
Well,
weird. Oh, go on.
yeah. Well, I was going to say I did notice, just in case you or Avi hadn't no didn't recall or hadn't noticed, that there seemed to be a small discrepancy in the logbook, not indicating any type of currency that was used to order the item, but it's still stated that it was enough to cover the cost of the shield. It was
Oh,
a Centurion style shield.
yeah, yes. I remember that order. I was there. I was the one who put it through. The
Hmm.
They used some pretty weird currency. You you remember that that little I don't like cobalt that you guys have with you that live with you?
Oh yes, Harky.
Yeah,
Harky, yes.
apparently the centaur used some currency with that little creature's face on it. Like exactly, almost identical to Harky. And it was not anything that
Mm.
we had seen before because we no, here in Waterdeep normally would see pretty much the same sort of currencies
Hmm.
around, but that one was the first time we personally had seen it um, here in Waterdeep, and
Interesting.
we sent
You, yeah. Hmm.
yeah we sent it
You
off.
perchance wouldn't still have any of those coins, would you?
Uh, I have to check, but I definitely know that I sent um, a fair bit of them to the bank of Waterdeep to have them check that out, and it seems like they were legit. And
Okay.
let
Curious.
let me see. Let me see. And he goes into their vault, magical uh, vault area, and it takes about 30 minutes. But they, um, Embrick was able to bring out one, um, actually, two pieces of currency that was used. Oh, yeah, now I remember. It was not only that little um, kobold, it was actually that nice little halfling girl as well. Um,
Really?
Here,
Wenley, you mean?
yes, here. And he sort of opens both hands up to show two pieces of um, currency. And as you sort of take a close look, it both seem to be uh, almost identical sort of design of um, Harky and Winley.
Yeah. Hmm. You, I'd be happy to exchange, whatever. Do you mind if I exchange some of my own gold for those to show Harky and Wenley and the others and see if they know anything about it? Might help you make better sense of it in your logs, and we could always notify the Bank of Waterdeep about them
Well,
if they need further verification.
Just take these as part of your payment for today. You do
Oh,
not have to
thank you.
worry about them.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. And with that, it's like, well, I'm probably going to head back to the tavern for the evening. Um, but I don't know if Avi let you know. I asked him if I offered to cover the cost of the materials, and he told me I was welcome as part of my working for the two of you and just honing my skills as a blacksmith. I was welcome to use any raw materials to make something for myself. I just wanted to let you know that I started using a piece of high carbon steel to make a new weapon for myself, since in all the everything going on I lost my axe.
Oh,
With the incident, the over the last few days.
thank you very much for telling me about that. We will order some new carbon in a few days. So I appreciate you telling me that in advance.
Yes, of course. And yeah, and then with that, he would probably bid him farewell. You shake his hand, and go ensure that the steel that he had been working with, I'm sure he had dipped it to cool it, but then laid it to rest to continue cooling before storing it somewhere to continue working on it the next time he was in the forge. After which, he's heading back to the tavern.
All right. As as you head back, you do sort of everyone sort of finishes up their shopping and all that. All of you have been able to purchase um, all the items that were necessary for you to get. So, Inori you were able to purchase the sewing needle thing that you needed. Um,
Calligrapher's kit.
yeah.
Well, the major thing that I was actually wanting to get is one of two enhancements for
All right.
an enchantment to turn it into a rapier of And if not that, at least a +1 magical enchantment.
Um, what was the first enchantment that you wanted?
Warning.
To enchant the rapier into a rapier of
Rapier of
If I
um.
remember correctly, it gives it mechanically its advantage on initiative.
advantage on initiative and prevents anyone within myself and anyone within 30 feet of me from being surprised.
All right. You were not able to find someone who would does the um first enchantment. Um, as that would be a more specialty um enchantment, but you were able to find multiple ones that do give a +1 to the rapier and the gives it some additional +1s to other um, stats, such as +1 to initiative rolls, +1 to AC, plus, you know, all that jazz.
Okay, so I wasn't able to get a weapon of warning, but I was able to get a +1 rapier.
Mm-hmm. You were able to find
I
someone.
was able to get it enchanted into.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get it enchanted into a +1.
Yeah. You were able to get the +1 to the rapier.
Okay. Do they have any leads on anyone who might do specialty in?
Um, you do get some pointers to um, of where to go to for enchantments or certain aspects of enchanting, as there are some specialty um, ones, such as enchantment for rings, enchantment for um, like clo- articles of clothing, not including jewelry, um, like weapons, armors, all that jazz. So you have to specifically go to weapons enchanters, and there, as you sort of looked around, you did pick up some locations such as on uh, Diamond Street, sort of um, um, Diamond Street, and the intersection between Diamond Street and the secret of the singing dolphin. There's a store around there called the Enchantment of um, the Lucky Enchanter of Weapons, which is run by another um, uh, Gillespie, but who goes by the name of Steve. And there's another place sort of in the on the heel lane, run by a half orc under the name of just like a generic like Gloshnak enchanters. So like it's prominently those two that people were talking about, and there's
Okay, so you said that there's special on Hill Lane half orc. Who was the first one you said was named?
uh
Where
the
where
they were Air Glusky, by the name of Steve, on the Diamond Street and the street of the Singing Dolphin. That around that area. By like the magical enchanter of something or other. I'm forgetting. And it's a half orc on the head lane. The glass of magical enchanter. That's sort of the area, like shops that were um, primarily recommended for like if you really need a more specialized enchantment. But a lot of people recommend the Gulash because they were are more. Um, that shop has more varieties for armor and weapon trees than what Gulash has. Ganesh.
well, I'll just go the plus one match bonus on that to get the additional damage to
All right,
damage.
and that would put you back about 100 gold pieces or 50, whatever I said about normal payment for that sort of enchantment. I would say 50.
Okay, so all in all, it's doing about between that and the calligrapher supplies, because calligrapher supplies are all right. I've got all the accounting taken care of. So I have a plus one rapier now. Slightly better chance to hit. And I have some leads on some more advanced enchantments.
And with that, as you all sort of, you know, make your dues and payments, you all sort of head back to the tavern with all the necessary items that you got all want and need. and we can all sort of just discuss about what in total you guys paid for, but um, later on. But all do get what you need, and each one of you gets there back to the tavern at roughly 5:30, 6:30 p.m.
And whoever looks up, Harky is just snoring in the rafters.
Oh. Oh my god.
And
That's
and,
precious.
and on top of that, top of him, little Spaz is sleeping on his belly as well.
Oh my god. Adorable.
I'm just doing some tests to make sure my rapier's showing up properly with the image, and it is.
Hmm.
Renly doesn't have any money, so she's gonna have to go out. Sorry, guys, can I do some stuff for a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. What exactly?
Yeah,
So one, uh, she's gonna go out and make some money, just busking, performing with Columbine, who, like, she got Columbine expecting that they would, be performing constantly, and this poor badge has hardly had a chance to show off her dancing skills. So they're gonna perform for a couple hours until she has a good, 100 or so gold. And then she's gonna go to an enchanter shop, asking around, from enchanter to enchanter, writing Columbine, of course. So they're just, uh, uh galumphing through the streets. And she's going to try to find an enchanter shop for a very specific item. But she will also be looking around to see what they have. Like, do they have anything cool? Do they have, like a pop up pizza oven? um, like, basically any kind of household goods that are enchanted to make more, work faster, produce, etc., etc., etc.
All right.
Basically an oven.
Quickly roll me a performance, and I'll
Okay.
use that as sort of what you got in general during the time you performed.
Oh no! Oh, bombed. Well, maybe Columbine. I should roll performance for Columbine. Okay, I'm gonna roll performance. Okay, we both bombed because Columbine got a 6 plus whatever, and I got a 1. So
Let's see. During the time that you performed, you got roughly. Let's see. Calculator.
oh dear.
105 gold pieces in total.
That's okay. Wow, that's actually great for how bad I did. But I probably did not capture the adoring love of.
Yep.
Oh boy. That's okay. Okay, so Finley's gonna take the 105 gold pieces and go window shopping, specifically looking for home goods, like carafe and glass set that fills itself, brooms that animate and do the sweeping, the kind of stuff that he would use magic for if he were an enchanter. Um I wonder if animate object is on the bard. Anyway, but specifically, she's going to ask the first enchanter she sees if there is such a thing as an enchanted needle.
Um, as you look around for specifically enchanter for like common items, uh, household enchanted items, you do find
Okay.
one store
Okay.
called uh, Bed Bath and Enchantments, and
Hey, at least it's better than Gnome Depot.
Oh my. Oh my god.
and
Nope.
you and inside there's sort of a wide variety of um, enchanted bookcases, items, and there's specifically what you're looking for, um, or an aisle on it. Um, enchanted um, crafting items,
Mhm.
which is like an aisle, the 13th aisle, and
Okay.
from the
Oh,
left.
they even have I love it. Amazing. Amazing. Okay.
And as you sort of look around in there, you do find that there is what you're looking for. Um, in the like um called like Honey Homes um, Learners Sewing Kit, which is like all the items that like needle, a little bit of fabric, patterns, like basic patterns, all in a little box. Um, that goes for about 50 gold pieces or 75 gold pieces.
Yeah. Wait, it's about 50 gold pieces?
75, 75.
Okay. Does it change size and shape, or is it only one kind of?
Uh,
And if so, is it like a big sturdy tapestry needle, or is it a delicate little clothing needle, or something in between?
uh, it is each. There's a few boxes. Um,
Sorry, am I being too specific? Am I being
no, no, no,
difficult?
no,
If
no,
I'm
no,
being difficult, you say
no,
so.
no, no. It's like there's a few different boxes for like different forms of craftsmanship,
Oh,
and they
okay,
are
sweet.
all the same price.
And they're all enchanted. Okay,
Yeah.
well then I will pick up a set of enchanted needles and maybe a spoon, like a stirring spoon,
Okay.
like you would have stirring a pot.
And yeah, and that will cost $30. 30 gold pieces.
Okay, so 70 in all. Okay.
Uh, no, it's the 75 for the needle fabric, the box,
Okay.
and 30 for the spoon. So it'll be right where
Okay.
the amount of money that you had earned throughout your time.
Oh my god. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So Wenley takes all of her delightful gold that she made up to the front and very mournfully puts it down on the counter and said, "All right, now this set of needles here, does it will copy the stitch that I set it to do, or does it only do one? Will it learn from me and do as I bid it?"
You see that the person at the counter is an king coon, and like,
Oh dear.
and you see that they sort of I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I'm just a part timer here.
Oh, well, uh,
I can bring up my manager if you need some help with that. But
I, well, could you?
all right. And you see that the king Q just sort of goes on down. Uh,
Wendy looks extremely uncomfortable with being that person who just asked to see a manager. She's like, this is not who I am. Oh no. But she really does need to talk to someone who can answer her questions, so.
Wenley has become Karen.
No, no, she's not demanding to see a manager to yell at.
Hey, now
Yeah,
I've met people named Kieran, and they're
you it's a just a on an internet reference for the people like
I
I demand to see your manager.
Oh no.
I know that doesn't. I know, but I'm kind of the anti meme.
and you sort of see that the um the king coon brings
Yes.
back um what you assume to be a mobile crystal being.
Okay. Right. Can you answer my question, please? It's a small question.
And you see that you feel a sort of uh, um, uh, sort of strange, unbeknownst, like voice inside her head. Obviously, not
Okay.
yours. It's like,
Sure.
shh, ask away. As you sort of see the creature sort of the top of the head, top crystal sort of start glowing.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, what does it say to me?
Like, what is your question?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Well, I'll see. I wanted to know, do these needles only know one stitch, or will they do as I bid them and set upon whatever stitch I ask them to do? Also, can I control the speed of the spoon? Because you see, if it goes too fast, it makes a mess.
Let me see.
All right.
And the crystal, the sword mine, which is what it's called, um, sort of picks up the box, sort of checks it out for a bit, and the, it should be able to follow a certain pattern that you insert into it.
Ooh, lovely. Wonderful. How fast does it go?
Well, it depends on what you want it to do.
Yes, all right. Wonderful. Um, thank you. And the spoon?
What did he say?
She asked if she could control the speed of the spoon.
The spoon is the same sort of mechanics. So as
Oh,
fast or as slow as you want it to be.
thank you so much. Well, here's all the gold I have today. I think that will cover it. I'll be back soon. By the way, I am the new owner and proprietor of the Dancing Badger in Trollskull Alley, and I hope you will come and patronize our place. As I hope to give you much business in the future. You know, a busy tavern always needs lots of well, little things here and there to make things easier, doesn't it?
Ah, yes, I see.
Right.
Well,
Well,
ex-
we have opening night coming up in a week or so, so I expect to see you there. Yeah.
well, I cannot exactly provide you a good business, as it you can see, as he sort of indicates that his whole body, from top to bottom, is made literally out of crystals. Um,
Oh,
but I
oh,
will,
I see.
but I will,
Well, that's all right.
I'm sure that I will at least be there to see what the new business owners are like.
Right.
I
Well, we can't wait to meet you.
Same goes with you. And you
Okay,
see the
lovely. Well, stop at any time. You know, always like to see another business owner.
you
And
see you see the sword mine sort of bow on down and see it sort of head on back to the um, back room area that it came out of, and you
sweet.
the Cancun sort of takes all the items that you bought and puts it into a sort of woven bag with the logo on
Okay.
it of the business and hands it towards you for you to keep.
All right. Success. Magic items acquired. Okay, at that, Wenley will go off to do the rest of. Well, she doesn't have any more shopping out of money. But yeah, she will hop back on Colin Bean and to the tavern, I guess.
All right, so everyone sort of gets back to the tavern. All of you are sort of, you know, finishing up all necessary things that you need to do and have the rest of the night to discuss what you want to do, any information, items, whatever you want.
Uh,
All right.
Eleanor would share with everyone else where the various different other places are for the more advanced enchantments, just in case, you know, they decide that they want something special on their weapon, something more than just a simple, magical enhancement. I was not quite able to get what I was hoping for on my weapon, but I did get some leads where I might be able to get that enchantment added on at some point.
And meanwhile, Harky is still snoring up in the rafters. How the hell did he get up there? You don't know.
Wenley holds up her pack and says, I got needles. And they cost 70 gold.
Well, hopefully they'll
So
be prove useful.
They're not just regular needles, they're magic.
Hmm.
At least, well, that's the idea. I used my own money, though. We earned it together. I didn't take it out of the tavern thing because I didn't know. Well, we hadn't voted on it yet.
uh, yes, I figured for 70 gold, those needles would be something more special than
Well, let's hope so. And she'll take one out and thread it and then set it onto her skirt and like just do a few simple stitches and then she goes, needle go, and kind of just wait expectantly. And she's like, I've never done this before.
Go gadget needle.
Yeah, basically. What happens? Did I get ripped off or does it work? DM?
Say, hopefully we didn't lose him again.
Oh no, did I kill the
Boop, 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 boop. Sorry, I had my
DM with my boring ass shopping
no,
adventure?
no. I had my mic muted because I was mumbling to myself about the game. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. And
Those
yeah,
darn players. You were
um,
gotten away with it too.
yeah. Let's see. You, um, depends on what patterns that you put on. Um, what exactly did you use as part of your skirt?
Well, I just took my skirt and I did a few simple running, you know, in and out and in and out. Go! Because, you know, she doesn't know how to activate it.
All right. So you, as you say, go. The needle just starts to like from where it like the original up and down motions that you already did. It sort of just
Uh-huh.
continues on with that until it sort of hits um, the top upper portion of your skirt, and it just stops.
Okay. Woo! It works!
Oh, very impressive.
Oh,
All right.
this is so exciting.
What? Once you say needles go, Harky's like he mutters something to himself, and then he falls backwards off out of the rafters and just flies to the ground.
Oh no.
And as you do, little Spaz sort of like wakes up and just boofs away, sort of right on top of the counter, and just sort of goes back to sleep. Actually, you know what? As he sort of goes around, Spaz does his both of his ears sort of twitch, and he looks outside, and he just poofs.
Huh. Okay.
Oh crud! I think I would get up and go check the window, look out the window, see if he sees the little baby goblin.
Well, let's not worry too much. He does this sometimes, you know?
Uh, Roll me a perception.
Okay.
Uh,
There we go. And oh, 9.
you
I was I was about to say I've got proficiency in
Is,
that. Nope.
is this a roll perception for everybody?
no for only for the people who want to see um where he went.
16.
As um all right, as you look around, um Archan, you do not notice anything where you do see some people coming up and down the street.
Okay.
Eleonora, you do notice that there are seems to be somewhat of a like a quick shadow um, in a back alley, sort of nearby, but was like a quick um, in and out. Like you just it was something cool. Um, just disappeared. Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you just see like a quick shadow in
It's
an
me.
alleyway, but that was it.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. And I don't know. So Ellie got a 16? Did she see anything? Anything more than Arshan did?
I think you just hear me. I just said that she does.
No. Oh, she only saw the shadow as well.
Yeah, she was the one who saw like a quick sort of
Oh,
shadow going
okay.
into an alleyway,
Gotcha.
like a
Gotcha.
sort of
Gotcha.
tallish looking shadow. Could be no more than like 6.5 feet in
Okay.
length.
Okay. Well, yeah. Then Archer would say, "Well, no sign of him." But I guess that's true. He does. He's learning from Harky, who. Yep. What did anybody have a fly swatter? Or in this case, a kobold swatter?
I saw something go by out there. I'm not entirely certain what.
Hmm.
I'm not.
He just begins hovering in front of Arjan.
He'll do what he'll do, and he'll come back. We've no reason to think at this point that he's in any sort of trouble. And if he is in
Yeah.
trouble, well, we'll deal with that when it.
Yes.
Well, if we need to, I'm pretty sure that we could do to get him to stop and come back in, and that's let him know it's close to dinner.
Oh, speaking of, I'm very hungry.
And you guys sort of do what you needed to do, and if there's anything that you guys need to discuss, you know, you can do it right now. Whatever. I'm tired.
Well,
Yeah.
Phone.
Well, definitely, I think Archen would. Once everything seemed to calm down a bit, he would remember the coins and say, "Oh, Wenley, Harky, the two of you might find this interesting. You as well, Ellie, and Iona. next time when she's finished praying, we can probably tell her. But and he would produce the two coins and handing one to the one to Harky that has his face on it, and the one to Wenley that has her face on it, and say, "I learned today at the forge that someone used coins like these with your faces on them to pay for a shield some time ago that they only just picked up today."
I, I, I don't understand. It can't be me. Who would put me on the coin? That's silly.
But as I
Kobold,
understand it, coins are not normally with the faces of the people using them. So,
and last check is Kobold, not Coinbold.
so is someone committing counter? Is someone committing forgery by way of counter?
Well, we would have to weigh the coins and put them in water to find out if they're counterfeit.
Well,
What makes you think it's me? It's just a girl with curly hair who wears it in the same style I do and has my earrings. But there could be any girl with curly hair.
well, according to Embrick, they already sent before they even accepted it. To fulfill the order, they sent the coins to the Bank of Waterdeep, who verified that they are legitimate.
Oh dear.
So I don't know if these were apparently the only two that they had left. I don't know if they had any of our other faces on them, or what else may have come from that. But I'm wondering the same thing as Ellie, or at least where did these come from and for what purpose?
Well, doesn't matter to me. Gold is gold. We can still melt it down and use it.
That's true.
This is worth a little bit of deeper investigation.
It's damn
Oh.
strange, is what it is.
What would we need to roll to determine whether or not these coins?
I don't want my face on anything except for show flyers.
I don't know. Did we lose him again?
No, I'm here. I'm
You
here.
did.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What would we need to roll to see if we can determine whether or not these coins are?
Let's see. Roll me a combination of insight, history, and yeah, no, those two really.
Insider history.
History.
And if you are a bard or a rogue, you do get advantage on those rolls.
We
Oh,
do get
no.
what?
You get an advantage on one of those rolls if you're proficient.
Okay, so it's history and
History and insight.
because insight.
Yeah. So you can roll both. One of them can be advantage if you have it proficient, and then, or if you've been in Waterdeep for long. So Eleanor, you do have proficiency with one of them. I allow you to choose.
I will take advantage. I will take advantage on the for the history. Eleonora wants to make sure that she does this right, so she's going to take her time and take the path. All right, 19 on her insight. and then she's going to take her time on the history to make sure that she's got her ducks in a row properly and take it. So it'll take you, Leonora, but she's doing as much due diligence and research.
Okay. As you do the research, you do you can roll for history, and you do get advantage on it as well.
Very inventive. Also a 19. Wow,
Okay.
I rolled the exact same two
Nice.
numbers for both
Wow.
insight and
All right.
that is
So, as you sort of do a deep dive for these coins, you do notice that the numbers on the coins, mainly like what the years are, seem to be lowered, um, sort of indented, like they were pushed in slightly to for like people to not really see what the year was. But as you sort of do
Mm.
like some like coinage on um like rubbing like a quill against like the coin to see sort of a rough outline of what it would be, and like learning a little bit more about different cultures, especially like the city sort of coin history. um you do notice that these coins seem to be not of this era.
From the future, I'm calling it.
there's something incredibly odd about these coins that certainly not contemporary coin. Because again, in this current
They're
era,
very old.
none of our faces would be on money, not mine. My parents are that egotistical that they would do that if they had.
Well, hold on. It's not us. There's no reason to think it's our face. It's like I said, that's just a kobold. This is just a girl with curly hair. They can't beat us. It's a funny sort of thing. That's all. It has to be. Right, Archan?
With my roll
Certainly
experience, there's
possible.
anything odd about their composition. Sorry for.
uh
Oh, no worries.
you
Well,
do
wait, what did Archan say, though?
Oh, he said in response to Wenli, oh, it's certainly possible. It could just be someone who looks very, very much like you and Harky.
and
But then again, there have been enough individuals who have been, including the gods, who have been playing around with our lives recently.
Oh no, not again. What
and
sort of cruel trick is this?
and during that sort of little escapade into looking at the years and all that, and like stenciling out the coins, you do see that the just like a what we have in the real world for like pennies and stuff, like with sometimes they have like the name of the person and like the
Mhm.
locations of like kind of what is importantly associated with them. Um, you see
Yeah,
that,
kind of like the mint.
yeah, yeah. Um, you see that there's a few letters of names, and
Mhm.
for the halfling, you do see that there are a few. You see a O, E, L, and I, and then an S, an N, another N, and followed by like ill, ILL for the halfling. And for the other one, you just see literally Harky on the bottom, like this plain old Harky. And you see on the back that there is, for the associated thing, there is a badger for the halfling, and the picture of what, like the a face of a badger, and what looks like a sign, like a like what you would see outside of a tavern, that sort of sign with like a picture of a badger. And for the cobalt, you do see that there is what you presume to be a little goblin.
Wait, these are all on the coins
Yep.
now?
Yeah, on the
Yes.
back.
Did they just appear on the
No,
coins, or
no,
were
they
people?
were on the coins. I was just letting you guys sort back through what.
What about like? Wait, do they like? Eleanor will take like a single gold coin out of her person,
Um,
try and see if they feel similarly on her talent.
as you sort of feel through, like comparing, you do have the sense that the um, cobalt one is like the closest to a gold coin, and the halfling is sort of the closest to a silver piece.
Hmm.
Okay, so they have similar weight, but the
Harky begins spinning in midair clockwise. Future coin.
Hmm.
I I would hope not. I don't know. I for one. Well, actually, no. None of these coins have my face on this. Never mind. I don't have to worry about that way.
Well,
But if I were in
these
your
two.
position, if I were in the position of you Winley or you Hockey or a little goblin, I mean, I can understand what you all are probably thinking right now, seeing your face. Uh, apparently contemporary to our current times. Something either someone's innovating a completely new process, or we are dealing with
Future coin.
Oh boy.
Well, and perhaps another thing to think about, another possibility would be, well, we all know it's possible to travel to other worlds. It's possible they came from somewhere other than our world. Not just stay looking at Harky a different time in ours, but somewhere totally different. Or, well, at least similar enough that the two of you plus the badger, the badger and the sign and little Shriz are all there.
Yeah, we do have connections on various different
including gods and goddesses who could perhaps provide us some answers if we ask the right questions.
And that might be something worth bringing up in my meditation.
Well, I know I have to. I promised the head priest I would return to the temple with some questions of my own, so I could always ask them about these, maybe ask them about these coins, or and he would tap his little medallion of, his amulet of Tamara, and I could ask her directly.
The more extra-planar eyes and ears that we have.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Wenley is like hugging herself, kind of very uncomfortable. I don't like it. This
I
idea
can't say.
someone would do this.
I can't say I'm entirely comfortable with it myself. If this isn't something of extraplanar or extratemporal origin, that means that someone is going through a damn lot of trouble to gather.
It's awful. And I won't have it being someone telling me that my future, my actions are already decided. I'm finding it out right as we go.
Harky does the karate chop hands like in the Alien series, like time travel.
Well, everyone knows time doesn't go only one direction once, but usually we can't just, hop about. You can't jump from one part of the tapestry to another.
With enough magic, could.
Never heard of any magic like that.
Well, magic stop time. Why can't magic just another timeline? Plane shift. Whee!
When I don't know how much was actually when I was first my face sword master patron and I got this arcane focus. All I know is that barely any time had passed. I was suddenly.
Oh, well, that's fairy nonsense. That's different. Everybody knows fairies mess about.
Yes, and fairies are extra.
Oh. So that's.
If this is something from another plane, it could very be on a completely different scale of time.
Oh no! If we.
I'm not ignoring any other option. This being a very malicious, but I cannot say that this explanation is without.
Attracted the fairy's attention. That's no sort of good thing.
Kind of speaking to the choir.
Yeah.
Gonna get interesting real fast. Playing time shifting travel thingies. It's gonna get fun.
Well, on the plus side, at least, we know that, or presumably, our little experience of being pulled into another plane didn't cause us to lose any time here.
Or grow tentacles.
Yes. That's usually only your magic, I presume, Harky.
It might be it might be worth it us to find out if there are any other place kind of coins. Although I imagine that if coins with our faces appear, then we will find out rather later because I imagine people will be asking questions. Possibly the constabulary thing.
Very true. Well, as I said, Embrick told me that he and Avi sent most of the coin to the Bank of Waterdeep. We could always inquire there, or you could, or the captain, if you wanted to ask her.
Just out of curiosity, where would the Bank of Water be relative to where we are and relative to the places where everybody else normally goes to make? Because I know the Magic Academy is like further up the map from where we are.
It's it in.
Did we have audio derp again?
It sounds like
Yeah.
it. Yeah, for sure.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Yeah. So let me make sure I'm.
Na, 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 da, da,
No.
da, 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 bum,
Oh,
bum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
sorry. I'm.
Yeah,
Are you
where would
okay?
the bank?
What happened?
I do not know why my mic was just muted. I thought I was speaking for like the past 30. Like, when did you I last
Oh,
speak? What did I say? Like, I thought. Like, the last thing Like, I. What did I tell you guys? Exactly?
I'm
no. At least not that I recall. I'd have to flip through my notes. But I don't think we've asked about the location of the bank.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The.
Yeah, we were in fact we were just asking about the location of the in relevance to where we are
Uh,
and in relevance to the other places that
um, yeah, the. Did I say that the magical um, council is like not above you but below you? Did I say that already?
no it is further down.
Yeah,
But
further down
I
from where you guys are, not up.
Okay.
um, but yeah, um, the bank would also be sort of um, near the Fort Locks court. Um, I feel
Okay, in the
right.
castle ward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which like roughly around there.
yeah so heading down that direction that'd be kind of like down on the way like towards the
Yeah, it's sort of where the government buildings are located. So like roughly around. There's multiple banks, like little precincts per se. Like you would see like a small little building, sort of.
little branch.
They're little big branches that sort of like where the bank sort of goes to gather the money for that area. So for like your ward would be kind of here where the circle is. Sort of roughly around there. ish, and like there's different ones around here. For the seaward, it would be in the big building here, like as a side stop. Like say that has its own, but the main one would be near Fetlock Court.
All right, so we might want to check the various different branches in there, but before we do that, we definitely might want to let the constabulary know so that way the banks don't think we're trying to, create some kind of disturbance or commit some kind of crime.
Sounds like a reasonable plan to me.
Right. We're respectable business owners after all.
If some of the people in my former theater knew how closely I was having to work with the constabulary on these kind of things, they would be tripped.
Well, we're all living a bit different than we used to, aren't we?
I should think so.
I used to be chased out of towns. Now I'm being invited to join guilds. It's strange, to say the least. Still, well, when are we going then?
Well, it's getting late enough. I would presume that the banks themselves may be closing soon. If we were to go to the main branch of the Bank of Waterdeep, it would probably take us a little bit of time to walk or to make our way all the way there. We could always check tomorrow morning. Head out first thing.
Just as well. I wasn't exactly looking forward to.
And when we see Iona again, we might want to let her know about this in case there's anything inherently magical about.
And with that, night falls again in the city of Waterdeep, and our session will close here for today. Now, if my players would like to suggest anything that they're currently up to, I know Iona, our elf player who comes every other week, has some fun things that are currently planned. Um, I know last session she mentioned some fun things, so I suggest checking those things
Mm-hmm.
out on her own channel. And, you know, I'll let my players here suggest anything. If my.
Nothing from me.
No?
No,
Good.
nothing from our end. Yeah, probably just
I don't do.
yeah. Comb the desert. Don't you think we're being a little too literal? Sorry, Spaceballs.
I ain't found shit.
No.
And with
Oh
that,
man, I need to see that again.
Mm-hmm.
and with that, we will end
But
our stream here for today. Thank you all for coming. This is gonna be uploaded soon if I have the time. The last session, this video should be up by now. As of the 3rd of March. Um, and this will most likely be up next week. And I hope you all will have some fun. Bye bye.